Choosing your first instrument can be really difficult. So we're here today with Julian, a buffet artist, to talk about their clarinets and where's the best place to start. Let's get into it. So the main two instruments in the Buffet student range are the Prodige and the B12.
Yes.
So they're very similar. They're both great student instruments. Let's start with the B12.
So B12 is one of the longest standing student instruments from Buffet. And yeah, compared to the Prodige, on first look, they do look very similar. And that might be a little confusing for some people, but there are a few key differences. One of the first things I should probably say is the difference between synthetic instruments and wooden clarinets.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, both have pros and cons. Wooden clarinets, you would normally see intermediate and professional level instruments being made out of mainly grenadier wood.
Yeah.
And let's say student and intermediate, some intermediate clarinets will be made out of synthetic materials. The benefit of a synthetic material is, well, durability. Of course, wood is a natural material, so it will be susceptible to temperature and humidity changes. And that can be challenging, especially as we're early on in our clarinet playing life, shall we say. So having a synthetic material that is very durable will always be exactly the same, whether you're, I mean, even sometimes playing outside, maybe not so much in this country, but other countries, people do play outside a little bit. So certainly, and of course there is a sound difference.
Yes. It's going to resonate differently. It's going to change that pitch a little bit.
Yes, a little bit. It's mainly in the colour of sound, but the pros for a student for a synthetic instrument are fantastic. But if we look specifically at the differences between the two, the first thing you might notice looking at them is the slight colour difference on the keys.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a different sheen to the keywork, isn't there?
Yeah, this one is slightly darker, and this one maybe slightly more sparkly or more silver looking colour. And that's because the Prodige is silver plated.
Yes.
And the B12 is nickel plated.
What difference is that going to make to your sound?
Now, it will make a difference in the sound. All different platings will, but the difference is so small that you probably won't notice it so much. Most of it is durability, but also feel. They do feel slightly different in the hand. Silver plating, you'll notice silver plating on professional level instruments as well. So it's a sort of a slight step up, if you like. So that's the first thing you might notice. The pads are also a slightly different material. Again, pad difference is a very small thing, but some people have a preference one way or another. And the last difference is mainly in the internal design, the bore design.
Which that is going to make a difference to your sound.
That makes a very big difference to the sound. And a lot of this is down to personal preference as well. And of course, some teachers have a preference one way or another. And as we develop as clarinetists, we also will develop preferences. And if you look at the Buffet range from the beginner instruments all the way to the professional, you will see a multitude of different options, and they're all ever so slightly different bore designs. Imagine, the way that we put air into the instrument and how we feel and our embouchure. Everyone's different. Yeah. So we will feel slightly different things, and we'll be, drawn to one design, maybe a slightly smaller bore or more open bore design.
And it also can change with your mouthpiece as well.
Yes, certainly. Mouthpiece is a very, very big component to your sound and how you develop as a clarinetist. So that's a key part to have something that's very good and very reliable.
Yes.
So the Prodige is sort of in a similar line to then an E13, which is an intermediate wooden instrument. So if you play those two back to back, you will notice some similarities, whereas the B12 is sort of its own design. But both really fantastic instruments, and I mean from a brand that has a huge history and probably the most well-known name in clarinet manufacturing, and
over 200 years,
and for good reason. They know what they're doing by now.
They've got enough experience for sure. So when a student is practicing, it's important that they are comfortable playing the instrument, that they can play for longer periods of time to help them get better. And then both of these clarinets have features to help you with that. So the B12 is a little bit lighter.
Yes, it is. Ever so slightly lighter in the hands. Playing and having a good practice in terms of your posture and how you hold the instrument is incredibly important. Actually, no matter what instrument you play, if you think holding an instrument, some are harder than others. You think of violin, it's a sort of unnatural posture to be in. So we always have to be very mindful of how we're holding the instrument and your posture. And everyone is made in a slightly different way. So yes, the lightweight aspects of the B12 are really great, especially as we're developing as people and as clarinetists. And the Prodige does come with an adjustable thumb rest.
Yes.
To suit a wide range of different
Because it's a real
sizes.
pressure point, isn't it? But like on a lot of woodwind instruments, you really have to think about that pressure point on your thumb, and having something that just makes it a little bit more comfortable really does make a big difference, especially
massive difference
in practice and performance if you're playing for quite a long period of time.
Exactly.
I know I always get a red mark on my hand when I'm playing the flute.
Same, yeah. And over time, you do build up a little bit of hard skin
Bit
over
of a
the years.
callus kind of thing, isn't it?
But that's entirely natural. But yeah, certainly being mindful every time you pick up the instrument and play, and always. I mean, even now, I've been playing for a good few years. I still think about my posture and how I'm standing or sitting when I play, and having an instrument that is designed ergonomically really helps that.
Definitely. So both of these clarinets come in really nice gig bags. So you've got the gig bag back here, and then they have all the accessories you need to get started, mouthpieces, cleaning cloths, all of that, cork grease. It really does come down to a matter of preference, doesn't it? It does.
And yeah, they're both fantastic instruments, and yeah, I like playing both of them. So yeah, I encourage people to try both of them and see which one they prefer.
Try them out and see which is best for you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for talking about them with us today. If you'd like to see more from the Buffet clarinet range or anything else Give Music Orchestral, please like, rate and subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much.